What's up, guys? Keystone Chia here, back at you with another OT Universe What If. And this is going to be part 3 of What If Deku was suicidal. And also, I want to make a quick shout out for the intro, the new intro that just got made. I'm going to shout out to S6. He's one of my subscribers and one of my fans. Shout out to him. And also, I'm pretty happy that he made this for me. I gotta say, like compared to my intro, I think my intro is like but his is glorious. That's all I have to say. Now, where we last left off, going to get to a quick recap. Where we last left off, Deku was pretty much doing the entrance exam, or you could say having 10 months of training. Since I was reading comments, he was at 10 months training at the island, pretty much training with the, you could say, mutation quirk people or cannibals, you could say. Him teaching them how to write, read, and do much smarter things and get intelligent and stuff, and not to be goddamn cannibals. Also formed some type of tiny bit of a relationship with one of the tribe people, female, pretty much doing some sex. And is she pregnant? Could not be, depends. But pretty much leaving the island after 10 months of training and fought with two angels, pretty much explaining to him of what's happening and stuff and what's basically going on. Which Deku says, all right. And also, the church is basically trying to check out Deku and see if he's the one to really bring it into the world, or trying to kill him. Oh, and the interest in him, pretty much Deku passes them with all quick ease, and you could say pretty much kind of showed his marks and his, could say, tat of the cross. But let's get with the new stuff now. Deku is pretty much getting dressed and heading to DOA High School. As he's walking, he's pretty much thinking in his head, saying, I can't believe I actually got into school. I'm in class 1A. I'm actually quite impressed. Now, of course, the 7 sins are all talking stuff, and it's like in Deku mind, it's like a whole chair, and Deku has his own seat and stuff. He sits there too, while his outside body does everything stuff. But pretty much they're all talking, saying, So you're pretty happy that you got into school then, am I correct? Which Pride says. Which Isarov says, yeah, are you pretty happy? Which she says. Unless she's pretty much saying, of course he should be happy. And Gluttony is pretty much saying, it's whatever, as long as they have good lunch there, have good food there. Now Greed is pretty much saying, I wonder what they have there. Maybe they have some secret information we can take and keep to ourselves. Now, greed is like, and definition can be anything, like money, information, stuff you can keep, games you don't share to. It can be anything, you could say. Now, Deku is pretty much saying, we're not gonna do none of that stuff. Maybe. Which they say, you said maybe. Now Deku pretty much says shut up, and they continue. Now, as Deku going inside the building, he pretty much sees Bakugo, which Bakugo is pretty much having a fight with Idon, and pretty much saying you can't put your feet on the desk, and Bakugo saying shut the fuck up, I don't care, and all that shit. And this is where Deku looks at Bakugo, and Bakugo immediately put his feet down. Because not out of, like, you could say a fear, and pretty much he put his, feet down. Now, as he put his feet down, he's pretty much, just stop talking and just look for it, which Idon is saying is confused of what's happening. And he sees Deku, which he's confused of why did he put his feet down and stop yelling at me, stop fighting with me, because of him. This is where Idon, you could say, gets curious and about to go walk in and try to talk to Deku. Sorry if you hear any noise, goddamn family members, but pretty much this is where you could say Idon pretty much about to go and talk to Deku until you could say everybody else comes in. Now everybody's introducing themselves and all that, except for Todoroki because he's too cool for that. And this is where Rocky comes in and says, "Oh, it's you. You saved me." And she pretty much thanking him again, saying and asking what is his name and stuff. Which Deku explains himself and says, "Oh, my name is Mizuka Midoriya." Which he's pretty much saying, "Oh, that's a nice name." And she's pretty much about to ask the question again, like about to ask him that serious question again of like, where did he get those scars from and why does he look like that? Until the teacher wakes up and says, why is everybody so loud and stuff? And people are saying, and many people was freaking out saying, what? Like, who's that? Like, and Deku's pretty much saying that's the teacher. Now, you could say raise a head. It's pretty much pretty much is saying, so you know I'm the teacher then. Which Deku says, yeah, you're one of the heroes, the pro heroes. Raise the head, am I correct? Which you could say I think Azar is saying, so you do know that. So you know my hero name too, which everybody's saying raise your head. Now this is where you could say Azar pretty much says, hey, like okay, everybody gets their gym uniform on. It's time to test out your quirks and see if y'all qualify to be in this class, which and of course that little nerd says you can't do that, which this is where Azar looks at him and says, I kicked a whole class out. You could say I kicked out a whole class out of the school because they didn't show the potential. Now everybody's getting scared except for Deku. He's pretty much completely whatever with it. Now, oh, I forgot to tell you, Bakugo's sister. Yeah. Okay, so her name is different now. So her name is going to be Derry, not Young Derry. This is Derry, because if you want to, or Derry Senpai, you could say that's gonna be her name. If you want to have her own name, just type it in Discord or in the comments of what name you want her to be. But it's gonna be Derry Senpai. All right. Now, I wanted to. Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to name her like that because you could say Young Derry because she's a young Derry, but I want to name her just the last name Derry and then Senpai for dairy milk. But but let me stop. Pretty much, she's in the classroom too. So I forgot to tell you she got accepted in school too. Now, as everybody's getting dressed, we're gonna switch to Deku point of view. He's taking off his shirt and he's just showing the massive scars. The scars, the black nail. Like they looked at him and he has scars, black nail, and his eye patch falls off when he's taking off his shirt. They just see the cross, the back opposite cross on his back, and the front cross, and also they see his eye, and his eye is much different. His eye, if think of the eye of Five Nights at Freddy's, the glowing eyes, yeah, his eye is quite glowing. And now, Mineta, he looks in. We're gonna say he's the most weakest of them all, and he starts to, and I think his sin is lust. If he was calling him a sinner, yeah, his sin was lust. So when he looks at Deku, he starts to lust, and this is where you could say, hop on Deku and says, "Come on, let's do." Like he says, "Come on, let's do it," and then Deku pretty much pushes him away, says no, and he pretty much grabs his eye patch and puts his covers his eye back up, which everybody who was have wrath or anger, all that, Bakugo was affected by it too, so he was getting pissed off, and he doesn't know why. So, when he puts back his eye patch, they snap out and they say, "What the hell just happened?" Which Deku pretty much says, "Whatever." And he pretends to go. Now, all the boys are out, and the girls look at the boys, and they're performing. This is where they see Deku. Now they see Deku with the cross on his chest, and they're pretty much curious of how did he get those scars and stuff on his body and the cross and stuff. Now, this is where Razorhead looks, Azara looks and he's saying, huh, what happened to him? Like, now, this is where the test happened. Deku passes all of himself with a ball throw. He gets in like second, you could say, or third. Now, everybody passes. Now, this is where Derry Senpai, Bakugo's sister, comes to Deku and asks if he's alright. Just checking up on him. Which Uraraka comes to check out, is he alright too? And this is where Derry kind of has a shit pricks it. You could say, have like a switch per se, you could say, as all young Derry. And she says, what is this bitch doing beside him? You could say. Because, they say insults in their minds and stuff. So, which, she pretty much smiles and says, oh, who are you? Which Uraraka says, oh, my name is, Uraraka, saying her name is introducing herself. Which Derry Senpai, she's saying, oh, well, my name, and then she basically says her name. Just where Deku gets, you could say, a goosebumps. He gets those goosebumps when she's around and something's gonna happen. Now, Deku pretty much says, I think I'm okay. Like, I'm alright and stuff, Pretty much standing up and just smiling at Derry. Now, this is where Uraraka is curious of what type of relationship they have, and she pretty much starts to go. Now, this is where the test happens, and I'm gonna say the only thing is different. Yeah, since Derry Senpai is there, she's pretty much the extra addition, since everybody passes in. She just goes extra stuff. Pretty much this is the fight. This is where we do the hero versus villain arc, you could say. And they start to get ready. Yeah, everybody's getting ready. Now, Deku's outfit is going to be like this, by the side, kind of have like an outfit like that, but his armor is just, he's gonna have the Templar's Knight armor as his superhero outfit, because it's more like his armor to protect through everything, and plus he has a sword. He has all weapons he can transform, including staff. Now, Deku wearing armor, and Rock is saying, "Is that your hero's outfit?" Deku says, "Yeah, it is." And his voice is a little bit dark because, like I said, he's depressed. He's still got a depression. And, he's pretty much talking and saying, "Yeah, this is mine now." She's pretty much saying, "Hey, what's wrong? You seem like you're down." And he's pretty much saying, "Yeah, I suffer from a depression and stuff, and I just been through a lot." But she's saying, she gives him a pat, saying, "Listen, everything's gonna be right. As long as we can get this done, then we can talk later and hope you feel better." Which Deku does a little smile, says, "Yeah." Now, this is where young Darius sees on the camera of them talking. She's clenching her fist, saying, "I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her. If she's trying to take him away from me, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her." Pretty much, saying that in her head. And you can just imagine 1,000 red blood signs of kill, kill, kill. That's basically what she's doing right now. And this is where Bakugo, this is where everybody asks him if she's alright. But she says, "Oh yeah, I'm alright." But really, she's going to kill Uraraka if Uraraka's trying to do anything. Now, now this is where Deku is pretty much walking with Uraraka and already explained to her the plan and stuff. Now, as they're walking in the building, Deku tells her to hide in this room while he gets ready for Bakugo to come. They pretty much come and try to attack him. Now, as you could say, Uraraka hides in the closet. This is where Uraraka, not Uraraka, Deku comes with multiple explosions and begin. And when Deku takes off his eye patch, he shows the eye. Now the eye is pretty much like I said, kind of a glowing, and it has a cross. Now, if you're asking, is it an opposite cross? Yes, 100% yes. We're making this dark and edgy as possible. We're making this heavy metal. All right. Now, let me stop. But pretty much, Baku comes in and he sees Deku. He's pretty much getting pissed off because, like I said, Baku's ain't no saint. He bullied kids. I bet you some kids actually killed themselves because of him. So, and he didn't care. Now, Bakugo feels the sins crawling on his back. No, Undertale's quote this saying, he feels the sins crawling on his back. Maybe later on, but hey, he feels the sins crawling on his back. He feels all those who that he bullied and wronged, and then they're crawling on him. He feels like if he looks back, he'll see all of those people that he caused to jump off and kill themselves and stuff, and they're crawling to him, touching him on his back, saying, "You did this," and they're screaming and agonizing and stuff. Now, Deku is saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong, Kashan?" And we're here to fight. Bakugo, he creates multiple explosions and throw it at Deku. Deku is dodging, or you could say just blocking them with ease and walking slowly at him. Now, Alma is looking and saying, why is Bakugo attacking him crazily? Why is he not using any strategy and stuff? And he's thinking what's going on? This is where Bakugo throws a big ass explosion. Two grenade gauntlet explosions with his gauntlets, and hits Deku in the chest, pretty much creating a hole in him. Now, All Might's about to stop the fight until he sees Deku basically just transform into you could say into a hybrid werewolf, kind of a ghost hellhound. Now, as he's getting back up, he's pretty much making a noise, or like a roaring noise, and he's pretty much saying, "I'm going to end you, what you did to me." And he pretty much leaps at Bakugo. Now Bakugo is trying to throw an explosion, but he's faster than you could say faster. Plus, the explosions are not hitting Deku because, like I said, half ghost, half hellhound. So you could say a ghost hellhound, probably dark ghost. Now, this is where Bakugo's trying to hit him with the explosion, but it's not working. Then he's trying to back up, but he realized that he can't move. Now these are dark shadow ghosts. You could say mirages, or I forgot the name of them, but pretty much they're holding him still, those that Bakugo have made kill themselves and stuff. And Deku pretty much leaps and punches him straight in the ribs, breaking all his ribs and stuff, sending him flying out the building. Now, All Might is shocked, and everybody's saying, "What the hell is that? That quirk or quirk and stuff?" They think it's a quirk, but it's really not. And Deku's running at Bakugo again and kicking. He pretty much clawing his face, giving him a scar. Well, clawing his chest, sending him flying again. Then this is where he pretty much hold him and start clawing his sides, pretty much hurting Bakugo, making him bleed and stuff. Now, Bakugo is screaming, and this is where he says sorry. He says, "Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I didn't know," and stuff. This is where the sins are. This is where all the sins are pretty much talking to Deku, saying, "It's your choice. We're not gonna tell you to do anything. If you want to kill him, you can kill him. If you want to forgive him, you can forgive him." Now Lucifer is looking and saying, "Huh." It's pretty much looking and saying, "Huh, is he going to kill him?" And this is where it's about to. This is where Deku pretty much lets throw Bakugo at the side, saying, "This is not what I wanted. Yeah, I wanted to kill him, but I really didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to kick his ass." And he pretty much transformed back and starts to walk away, pretty much heading back to the building. Now, Urarok already touched a bomb and Heroes won. This is where they pretty much called Deku into the principal office and they asked him, "Was you trying to kill Bakugo?" Which Which this is where All Might is saying that was you trying to kill Bakugo and stuff, like what the hell's wrong with you? Until Nezu was saying, enough, All Might. I mean, yeah, pretty much, yeah. The principal says that's enough, All Might. Now, this is where they have it. This is where Nezu was talking. The principal was talking to him and saying, "Listen, I know about your backstory and what happened to you and Bakugo. Bakugo, you suffered from a depression at first, right? Which Deku was saying, yeah. And you tried to take medication, but the medication wasn't working for you. So only your mom and Bakugo's sister knew you had a depression, and you was trying to live life, but you was trying to find a motivation to kill yourself, which Bakugo gave you that motivation. Well, pretty much, telling you to jump off, but you jumped off. You died. And Deku was saying yes to all of this. Now, Nezu asking, did you go like to heaven or what? He was curious asking, and Deku pretty much says no. I went to hell, which hell is like feels like a million years or trillion if you're up there. If you stay there any longer. But at normal time, it was just normal for y'all. But for me, it was like centuries. I was a really old man. I learned many things and stuff. Which Nezu says that's okay. You don't have to say it. But Deku says no, that's okay. I fought the seven sins. I was about to fight Lucifer, but he brought me back. We're just saying like the devil, which Deku was just playing saying yes. Now Nezu pretty much just says don't do it again or you're going to get expelled. And Deku says all right. Now All Might is pretty much saying why did you let him go? Like he's pretty much, which Nezu says no. I think if he was trying to fight him or arrest him or anything, I think he would have killed all of us if he wanted to. Which All Might is shocked by this. Now Deku is pretty much walking back to class until he looks in the infirmary door. I mean to the nurse's office, and he sees Bakugo getting healed up by the nurse, pretty much getting his wounds and stuff healed up. But Bakugo, he's looking out in the sky, looking out the window, pretty much crying because he pretty much just, if you can be in his shoes, you can pretty much witness that Bakugo. He pretty much had his sins just totally just tear him apart as he was getting beat up by getting beat up by Deku. Like Deku was like forcing like him to go through all the experience that the people that he caused to jump off or kill. To kill themselves, and he's pretty much experiencing all their emotions and stuff and what they felt, and he's just crying. Now, Deku pretty much walks in the classroom, and everybody's quiet, while Deku goes and takes a seat. Now, Todoroki and is pretty much trying to say, I'm pretty sure trying to objectify and say that wasn't right of him doing that, which Deku told him to just shut the hell up and just sit back down. You don't know anything about me, which does, because he doesn't want to get clapped. Now Deku is pretty much sit in the classroom and the teachers just start teaching. Now we're gonna switch to pretty much the USA, the USJ attack, the heroes attack, the villains attack. All right, we're gonna zoom into that. Or the USJ. Yeah, the USJ attack, if I'm correct. Now, everybody's hopping on there, getting ready and stuff, and Bakugo, he's not the same after that. He's pretty much just quiet and all that. Now, we're gonna say Flappy. Flappy is talking to Bakugo, is trying to see if he's alright. Which Bakugo is, saying he's alright and stuff. Like, trying to pretend that he's alright. He's not after going through those events. Now, this is where Bakugo's sister sits by. And starts talking to him and stuff. And saying what they're going to do after this. Like, what they're going to do after this and, what stuff they're going to, achieve. Now, Deku's saying, I don't know, maybe we can go out to eat somewhere or have some, I don't know, or watch a movie at my house. Which she's smiling, saying yeah. And in her head, she's thinking, "Oh, we can do some other things." Now, Deku is, thinking in his head and saying, "Well, would she ever, like, does she really love me, or is she just playing me?" Which, you know, Deku looks at her and asks, like, does she really like love him? Which she looks in fear, like asking, like, why would you ask me that? Like, did I do something wrong? Like, did I do something that seemed that I don't love you? Which Deku is telling her to, like, trying to calm her down, saying, no, I was just thinking because I just been through a lot of bad times in my life, so I don't know if you really love me or not. Which she pretty much, she has a tear and says she loves him. She will actually die for him or kill for him if he asks her to. Which Deku says that's a little bit a lot, but okay. Now this is where they make it to the thing and they start heading into the building. Now everybody's excited and stuff. Yeah, everybody's excited and stuff, and really happy and all that stuff. And this is where you could say they head in the building. Now the teacher, one of the other teacher pro heroes, which I got another name, but I will do it later. But pretty much was, explaining thing, and including Razorhead was, explaining what they're supposed to do and what their goal is and stuff. Now this is where the villains comes in, and Shigaraki is starting to, separate all the heroes and stuff. I mean, all the students and stuff, including the hero Razorhead. Now, this is where pretty much Deku is looking for a Bakugo and seeing if hers are alright. And everybody's separate, fighting, doing their own battles and stuff. And this is where Doria Senpai, Dairy Senpai, she's pretty much fighting and stuff. And this is where she's killing the villains. She's not like saving them, she's killing them. She's actually murking them. And her quirk is kind of a smoke, kind of like Infinite Second Son, but her abilities is like smoke. No, or you like smoke or ash. Now she's pretty much dodging attacks, pretty much sucking the life out of them and stuff, and causing explosions. I mean, causing like using the smoke as explosions and stuff, and dodging them and stuff. And she also, if you're asking, she has a chain whip. No, she actually has a little knife. She's stabbing them, dodging their attacks and stuff. Now, yep, this is where Deku pretty much says I have to get to her. I pretty much grab Puppy and Mineta and jumps over the water. Now the villains are about to hop out too. Deku freezes the water, pretty much freezing the villains in there, and pretty much tells them to go help out the rest. Now, as Deku's about to go, this is where Shigaraki grabs Senpai, and he pretty much is using his quirk on, using her his coordination, I think, and using I forgot the quirk, but pretty much using on her, and she's screaming in agony. And Razorhead is pretty much knocked on the ground while the Nomu is pretty much stumped on his back, pretty much watching his own student, screaming. Now this is where Deku looks down. He's looked down, and deep down in his head, he's pretty much pretty much deep down in his head, he's thinking. Because I'm gonna say he was getting hold down, deep down he's thinking. And this is where he's, like, you could say chained up, like his sad depression self chained up and stuff. Well, his like happy self, and also his depression and stuff. Now this is his psychopath self. Pretty much have him chained up, and he pulls out a knife, and it's a demon. It's a demon short samurai blade, you could say, and it's short, and it has a like a cool design that's of a demon and stuff, and has a crown now, has a keychain of a crown now. This is where his psychopath or crazy self is pretty much smiling and saying, "You know what you have to do, right?" Which he's saying, "Yeah, I know what I have to do." And he pretty much breaks through the chains and he pulls out a different knife. Well, pretty much the same knife, and they stab each other. Pretty much saying, my enemy, my enemy is my enemy. The enemy who like stabs me is my friend, and the enemy who's not my friend shall die. Now, this is where Deku awakens. Now he awakens and he has a knife in his hand, and he's pretty much smiling. He's smiling in like that of a smiling demon face, and he's pretty much saying, "Are y'all ready to die?" Which Shigaraki is confused and saying, "What the hell?" Now this is where Deku blitzes the Nomu and stabs it. Pretty much stabs it. Well, actually blitzes it, and it was right behind the Nomu, which the Nomu head falls off, and blood is gushing everywhere. Now Shigaraki is confused with what's going on, and Deku is pretty much blitzing like enemies left and right, like stabbing and stuff. And this is where he cuts one enemy, does a flip, cuts another enemy, and this is where he throws his knife up, and he kicks it at Shigaraki, hitting him in the side of the chest. And Shigaraki's trying to get the knife and pull it out, and he's just holding still, coughing up blood, saying, "Cut." And this is where Deku pretty much comes up to him and says, "So pathetic," and pulls out the knife. Pretty much pulls out the knife, and Shigaraki hits the ground bleeding. Pretty much, badly injured. Now this is where the villain, I forgot his Nomu, trying to teleport him out of there. This is where Deku blitzes him and kicks him. Pretty much creates like dark shadows of himself, and starts running at him and starts cutting him in half and stuff. And he's screaming agonized pain. Now all the villains are terrified and they're trying to run away, which Deku is murking all of them, cutting their heads off, cutting their tongues and stuff, and cutting their fingers and stuff, and like just doing the worst, like ripping their guts out. Like their clone, like half his clones is like holding one of them still, ripping the guts out or ripping them in half. Now this is where Deku is still smiling and stuff, and pretty much saying, "Y'all all die." This is where the other villain gets his strength and teleports Shigaraki and him out of there, and half of the other villains out too, you could say. Now the rest of the villains pretty much got slaughtered. Now Deku is pretty much crying. Come to Senpai, and he's crying to her. People are saying, "If only I was strong enough, I could have saved you more. Like, I could have prevented you from getting hurt." Now, this is where she is opening up her eyes and sees Deku and touches his face. It says everything is alright. Now Deku has a little bit of a healing property when his tears touches someone, you could say. Now she starts to heal back up, which Deku is looking and he's smiling, and they pretty much kiss each other. Now this is where the principal pretty much gives everybody, I think, a 2 weeks break, 2 days break, or 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks break. Pretty much to figure out how the attack happens and stuff. But pretty much this is where my deck is in the house with somebody. He's pretty much just watching the movie, is very happy. But this is where he gets a knock on the door. And this is All Might. And All Might says we need to talk. Now this is part 3, if I'm correct, of What If Deku Was Suicidal? Actually no. Take that back. Not All Might. The church. The deacon. And this says, "Deku, we need to talk." Now, this is part 3 of What If Deku Was Suicidal. If you like it, leave a like, comment, do all that stuff. But I hope y'all guys liked the intro. Shout out to S6. You're the troop. You're the champ. That's for you. And also, check out his YouTube channel. He's a really good guy and stuff. He will put the link down in the description for his YouTube channel. But yeah, make sure to watch his, videos or stuff he does. But I'm Kishan Chia. Thanks for watching, and peace out.